Hi everybody! So today I am going to do a Gryffindor inspired makeup look while I talk about Gryffindor. So I really hope you enjoy this video with all my Gryffindor knowledge after nerding about this for a while. And if you don't know, I am a huge fan of Harry Potter. I love them, and yeah, it is a big part of my life and a big part of my childhood as well. So yeah, not to get this intro too long, I think we're just gonna get into the video. Yeah. So, Gryffindor. I'm gonna start with my face in this video. So, the founder of Gryffindor House is Godric Gryffindor. So, Godric Gryffindor was born in the 10th century in Godric's Hollow in England and was said to be one of the 4 most brilliant witches and wizards of the time. He was a tall, muscular man with a lion-like mane of wavy red hair and a beard to match. When I saw pictures of like his portrait and stuff like that, I kind of found him scary. Yeah. He had green eyes and peach-colored skin, and in portraits often showed his famous sword. Gryffindor is said to have praised courage, determination, and strength of heart above all other qualities. Yes, he did select the students for his house on how daring and brave they all were, according to the Sorting Hat. He was actually one of the founders that was most accepting of allowing Muggle-born students to attend Hogwarts. But when the founders saw like how would they solve the mystery of sorting their students when they died, which Godric Gryffindor found the solution of the sorting hat. So Gryffindor took off his hat, and all 4 of them enchanted it so it could sort the students long after they died. It was from then on known as the Sorting Hat. He was initially a really close friend to Salazar Slytherin from like they were born, and they were really close and always had been. But the friendship deteriorated over time, and they grew apart after years of friendship and them working together because of Slytherin's distrust in letting Muggle-borns into the school, and that is where the long-standing feud between Gryffindor and Slytherin started. He was the most accomplished dueler of his time, an enlightened fighter against Muggle discrimination, and the first owner of the Sorting Hat. And it is unknown when or how he died, so I don't really know that. And I don't know if he was married or had any kids. I don't know. So if anyone can tell me, then please tell me. So, while I powder my face, so the colors of Gryffindor is scarlet for the mane and tail of a lion, and gold because of the coat of the lion. And their house animal is the lion, and the element is fire because of the colors chosen for the house. And actually, the name Gryffindor is first of all from Godric Gryffindor's last name, but also because a hippogriff, yeah, fun fact. So I'm going to do my brows and then I'm coming right back. Okay, for eyes, because of their daring and brave nature, I'm gonna do something brave. And I have no idea if it's gonna be good. So I'm going in with the Beauty Bay Nikki Tutorials palette. And I'm going in with an angle brush. And going into the color Mikai. And doing a little wing. Yeah. So, while I do this shape that I'm about to attempt to do, I'm going to talk about the traits of a Gryffindor. So, a Gryffindor, what is the Gryffindor house looking for in a Gryffindor student? So, a Gryffindor student is determined, brave, has courage. He or she or they, them is daring and chivalrous. Some of its members are generally regarded as brave, though sometimes to the point of recklessness, and some are short-tempered. So, this is the shape that I'm doing. And now, to make it even more difficult for myself, I'm going to do the red and like blur it out like that and like up. And then this is going to be another color. Yeah. That's what I'm doing. So according to Phineas Nigellus Black, members of other houses, particularly Slytherin, sometimes feel that Gryffindors engage in pointless heroics. Another Slytherin, Severus Snape, considered many Gryffindors to be self-righteous and arrogant with no regard for rules. Also, a lot of students have, through the years of Hogwarts history, talked about how annoyed they are of Gryffindors because they always seem to get out of trouble even if they deserve to get into trouble. No matter what they do, they just get awarded for, which people say is unfair because of other houses' efforts to win the house cup or anything like that. Okay, so while Harry is attending Hogwarts, it is Minerva McGonagall that is head of Gryffindor House. And I really like McGonagall. I think she is fabulous woman. And she is actually one of the few people that have gotten a hat stall. And if you don't know what a hat stall is when you are sorted into your house and the sorting hat is trying to figure out what house you're gonna be in, and if it does a hat stall, it is because it is trying to figure out if you're going into one house or the other house. So McGonagall actually did one because she was equally like a Ravenclaw and a Gryffindor, which I found really exciting. I found really special because I've never really heard of a hat stall, and then I found out there are multiple Gryffindors that actually have gotten a hat stall. So McGonagall has done one or gotten one. Neville Longbottom has also gotten a hat stall between Gryffindor and Hufflepuff. Then we have Hermione. She was like McGonagall. She was between a Ravenclaw and a Gryffindor. And I believe that's it. I believe there's more. I just don't really remember them right now. Yeah. So she is the coolest ever. So I'm going to switch to another red color because I'm feeling like this red color looks more pink than red, and I want red. So I'm going into Beauty Bay Brights palette, and I'm going into Hot Stuff. And then I'm just gonna blend it out like the tiniest bit. And then in here on my lid, the cut out part, I'm going in with the Natasha, no, I'm not. I am not doing that. I'm going in with the Stila Glitter and Glow Liquid Eyeshadow in Kitten Karma. Yeah, to get the gold. Okay, I'm glittery now. Yeah, then I'm just gonna use the red on my lower lash line. And then I'm just gonna do some Becca Vanilla Quartz in the inner corner. I really don't want to do lashes, so I'm just gonna do mascara. Yeah. And while I do that, I'm going to talk about the Gryffindor Ghost. So, the Gryffindor Ghost is called Nearly Headless Nick. So, Nearly Headless Nick, his real name is Sir Nicholas de Mimsy Porpington, and he was a wizard of the royal court, specifically King Henry VII royal court, as an adult, and was a wizard who attended Hogwarts in his youth. He was a knight and, as I said before, in the royal court. He was executed by an improper decapitation. So they couldn't do it properly. After he had a magical mishap with Lady Grieve, I believe it's said. I believe it's called. She's called. I don't know. In which he tried to straighten her teeth, but it backfired and she grew tusks. Like elephants have. Yeah. That's pretty not great. He became a gibbering wreck when the executioner told him to kneel before the block at his execution, and normally people saw him as brave and chivalrous man. However, the executioner's axe was blunt because the grindstone used to sharpen his axe was nowhere to be found. And it took 45, it took 45 hacks to kill him. 45. Like, that's a lot. And even after 45 turns, his head was only partially severed. Yeah. That's gruesome. So naturally, these acts of betrayal and idiocy alone were not enough to condemn Sir Nicholas to such a brutal death, but the rampant acts of previous juvenile encounters led to an unsympathetic crowd. He chose to linger as a ghost because he was afraid of death. So he decided to stay around as a ghost and not let go of life. And also, he is the most liked ghost around Hogwarts, and he helps a lot of the new students to find their classrooms, and he's very nice to the students around Hogwarts. Yeah. Then let's talk common room. So the Gryffindor common room is also called Gryffindor Tower. So Gryffindor common room is located in one of the Hogwarts castle towers. So like Ravenclaw, Gryffindor also has their own tower. The entrance to the common room is located on the 7th floor and is guarded by an oil painting of the fat lady who is wearing a pink silk dress, and she permits entry only after being given the correct password, which is actually regularly. I have a hard time saying that word. Regularly changed. Behind her painting is a large common room with a fireplace and 2 staircases, one for the boys, one for the girls. And there is a charm on the girls' staircase so that prevent boys from using it, but there's no such thing on the boys' staircase. Actually, girls are allowed to use them. The boys' staircase and going into the boys' dormitory, because the founders believed that girls were more trustworthy than guys. The common room is very comfortable, and members of the Gryffindor house meet there for study groups and celebrations and relaxation, and yeah. The walls are also lined with portraits, each one depicting a previous or current head of Gryffindor. I have glitter all over me right now because of that liquid eyeshadow. So I'm going to do my blush. I'm discussing with myself if I should do a red lip. I don't know. So, the members of Gryffindor house is Potter family, Weasley family, we have Hermione Granger, we have Neville Longbottom, we have Dean Thomas, Seamus Finnegan, who is actually one of the most amazing characters ever. And we have like a running joke in my family. Me dad's a muggle, me mum's a witch. So then we have Lavender Brown, who is really in love with Ron Weasley. And then we have Albus Dumbledore, we have Minerva McGonagall, we have Remus Lupin, Sirius Black, even though the rest of his family all went to Slytherin. He was the only Gryffindor of his family. And then we have Peter Pettigrew, then we have Rubeus Hagrid, and then we have Lily Evans, Harry Potter's mother. So the last step is for me to decide on a lipstick and then setting spray, and yeah, I'll do that off camera and I will see you in a second. I decided on the red lip. Yeah, and it was a great choice. This is kind of like a Christmassy look, not gonna lie. But yeah, it's quite Gryffindor because I was freaking daring on that, okay? And I'm actually quite happy with it. So yeah, that was Gryffindor. I hope you enjoyed it, all of the Gryffindors out there. I am not a Gryffindor myself, but I know some Gryffindors. I do, yeah. And can we just agree on something? Hermione should definitely have been a Ravenclaw in that hat stall. Like, she should have been a Ravenclaw. Just, like, agree with me on that. There was so much information about Gryffindor that I had to really shorten it down because or else this video would take 20 hours for you to watch, and that was just not fun for anyone. So yeah, and I was kind of sad to see how little information there was about the other houses and so much for Gryffindor. As a Slytherin myself, like, I was pleased to see how much there was about Slytherin, but seeing how little Hufflepuff information there was, kind of sad. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. Please subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of my face, and I will see you next time. Bye!